because I know people would not go through all that trouble to come up and break down if they didn't feel something. But I just always want people to remember that they are also magic, you know, and unless someone says, hey, don't forget that you carry the same ability, it's not, you know, because it's uncomfortable for me sometimes because I know what a bonehead I am. Say, y'all think I'm this really nice, really great.
Whoopi Goldberg is a famous American actor, comedian, author, and television personality. Goldberg's breakthrough came with her role as Celie in the 1985 film The Color Purple, which earned her critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination. But recently, the FBI conducted a surprise raid at her estate, leaving fans and the public in a state of shock. What could have prompted such an urgent operation at the home of one of Hollywood's most beloved figures? The investigation has sparked a whirlwind of speculation and intrigue, raising questions about the implications for Goldberg's career and public image. Beneath the faint glow of early dawn streetlights, the serene neighborhood housing Whoopi Goldberg's mansion was so quiet you could hear leaves brushing against the pavement. But that calm was abruptly broken by the thunderous roar of engines, hurried footsteps, and an air so thick with tension it felt almost tangible. It was around 4:45 a.m., and the sun had yet to rise. Most residents were still fast asleep, save for a few elderly early risers out for their morning walks. They quickly sensed something was amiss. A procession of black SUVs, devoid of license plates, crept into the area with a commanding presence. Men clad in black suits, bulletproof vests, and dark sunglasses emerged from the vehicles, their expressions unreadable. They swiftly encircled Whoopi Goldberg's mansion, blocking every entrance and exit, ensuring no one could get in or out. Then bang, bang, bang. The sound of fists pounding on the door reverberated through the still morning air, sharp and unrelenting. This wasn't a courteous visit, it was a raid. Movement stirred within the mansion. A light flickered on from an upstairs window, signaling that its occupant was now awake. Moments later, the heavy wooden door creaked open to reveal Whoopi Goldberg herself, a figure known throughout the United States, a witness of Hollywood's highs and lows, now standing face to face with an ordeal unlike anything she had ever encountered. Despite just waking up, Whoopi remained composed as always. Draped in a light black robe, her hair fell naturally around her shoulders. Her eyes swept over the group of agents gathered at the door. There was no trace of fear, only surprise mingled with slight confusion. What's happening? Her voice was steady but assertive. An agent stepped forward, flashed an FBI badge, and retrieved a file from a sleek black briefcase. We have a search warrant. This is part of a federal investigation. The words hit like a thunderclap in the stillness of the morning. Once the door was opened, the agents moved swiftly, taking control of the mansion's interior. Outside, curious neighbors had already begun to gather, forming clusters and exchanging speculative whispers. Unbelievable, muttered a middle-aged woman, shaking her head in shock. She's such a big celebrity. Who would have thought she'd be involved with the FBI? Another added in a hushed tone, still, the rumors only make this more intense. Reporters, tipped off about the commotion, arrived in no time, hoisting their cameras to capture every detail of the unfolding drama. Local police were soon on the scene as well, setting up barricades to manage the growing crowd. Camera flashes lit up the area, reflecting off the FBI vehicle's windows, creating a chaotic and suspenseful atmosphere. Inside the opulent mansion, a meticulous search was in progress. Agents divided themselves into teams, each assigned specific duties. They inspected every room, sifted through every drawer, and rearranged every book on the shelves, ensuring no detail was overlooked. Whoopi stood motionless in the center of the living room, her arms crossed tightly. Her gaze remained fixed on the agents, dismantling her home piece by piece. She understood one thing: the FBI wouldn't show up at her doorstep without cause. But the lingering question was, why? What could have led them to suspect her? An agent stepped forward, meeting her eyes directly, and asked firmly, "Would you like us to contact your lawyer?" Taking a deep breath, Whoopi nodded. "Yes, I think that's best." The purpose of their search remained unclear, but the gravity of the situation was undeniable. In Whoopi's private library, agents wearing white gloves carefully opened a drawer that housed numerous valuable document scripts, contracts, and personal letters accumulated over decades. One agent retrieved a stack of papers, flipping through them methodically. Meanwhile, another team scoured the basement, an area rarely visited. Dust-covered boxes were opened, and each item was scrutinized with precision. Suddenly, an agent called out, "I think we've found something." The entire team quickly converged. From a concealed corner, they unearthed a metal box. It was securely locked and appeared untouched for years. Whoopi, observing from nearby, narrowed her eyes. "I've never seen that box before," she murmured. The agents exchanged knowing looks before carefully removing the box from the premises. Without opening it, they sealed it meticulously and transported it to a specialized vehicle parked outside. After hours of seeking, the FBI finally departed from the mansion. They offered no remarks to the media and issued no official statements. What lingered in the air were unanswered questions and a renowned actress left standing in her home, consumed by uncertainty. The crowd outside slowly began to thin, yet rumors continued to swirl. Everyone was eagerly awaiting an explanation. However, only those closely involved in the investigation knew the reality, and that reality had the potential to change everything. The raid on Whoopi Goldberg's mansion was far from a spur-of-the-moment decision. Law enforcement officials know the FBI doesn't conduct searches without substantial evidence. This prompts a critical question: how long has Whoopi been under surveillance? According to various insider sources, the FBI had been monitoring the actress for months. While the exact focus of their investigation remains unclear, one thing is evident: this is no trivial matter. Federal agencies don't pursue cases without a significant reason. If a search warrant was issued, it means they believe something serious is at play. Still, the most pressing question lingers: why has Whoopi Goldberg become a target? Some legal analysts speculate that it could involve financial misconduct. In recent years, numerous celebrities have faced legal trouble over tax evasion or questionable business dealings. But if this were merely a tax issue, why did the FBI appear so on edge? Why would they deploy an armed task force to the home of an aging actress? Could there be something far more alarming unfolding? Over her extensive career, Whoopi Goldberg has consistently faced significant public scrutiny. Known for her unapologetic nature, she speaks her mind even when it risks stirring controversy. Her time as a long-standing co-host on The View has drawn particular attention, with fiery debates, polarizing remarks on politics and social issues, and moments that cemented her as one of the entertainment industry's most contentious figures. Yet, none of these controversies have posed a threat to her career quite like this latest challenge. Fans grew concerned that this could mark the downfall of her storied career. Endorsement deals, film roles, and even her position on The View seemed at stake if the investigation pressed on. Meanwhile, her critics reveled in the situation, with some publishing mocking articles, framing it as payback for her past provocative statements. However, Whoopi Goldberg is not one to back down easily. Just days after the incident, she broke her silence during a special episode of The View. Appearing composed yet visibly angry, she shared, "I know what you're all saying. I've heard it all. But let me make one thing very clear. I have nothing to hide." While she refrained from delving into details about the investigation, her defiance was evident. She would not let this ordeal tarnish her career or legacy. Still, questions lingered. Would her words be enough to dispel the swirling rumors? With the FBI yet to disclose specifics about the case, the mystery remains unresolved. Back to this investigation. A heavy silence cloaked Whoopi Goldberg's opulent mansion as FBI agents stepped inside again. Beams from their flashlights sliced through the gloom, illuminating every corner, every bookshelf, and every meticulously hung painting. Yet, what they sought was not immediately visible. It lay buried within the mansion's hidden depths. As the search continued, one agent noticed something peculiar on the wall behind the office. A faint, nearly imperceptible groove traced along the baseboard. At first glance, it appeared to be a simple decorative feature. But when an agent accidentally brushed against it, a distinct click reverberated through the hushed room. Everyone froze. All eyes turned toward the wall. An experienced agent knelt and ran a hand along the groove. Another click followed, but this time something shifted. A section of the wall began to slide, exposing a small door that wasn't documented in the mansion's blueprints. The agents exchanged wary glances. No one could guess what lay beyond. Guns drawn, they braced themselves for the unknown. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow passageway descending into a shadowy basement. The air was thick and stale, carrying the scent of long-forgotten neglect. As they ventured inside, they found a room starkly different from the rest of the mansion. Devoid of natural light, it was furnished only with dusty wooden shelves and an old table at its center. But what truly seized their attention were the metal boxes stacked neatly in one corner, sealed tight, untouched for what seemed like decades. An agent carefully opened the first box, revealing a collection of aged documents, many stamped with the word confidential. Some pages were yellowed with time, yet their contents remained legible. Another agent sifted through the papers and immediately noticed names that stood out, prominent figures from both the entertainment world and political circles. However, the real surprise wasn't the documents themselves, but an item nestled at the bottom of the box, an old handwritten letter on thick parchment, sealed with red wax. The letter appeared to be decades old, perhaps even older. What truly shocked the FBI was the sender. The seal displayed a distinct emblem tied to a major unsolved case in FBI history. The lead agent gingerly lifted the letter, inspecting its every detail. The sender hadn't signed their full name, but one cryptic line stood out. If this letter is found, it means the truth was never meant to be known. The message was enigmatic, as though intended for someone in the future or as a warning. The pressing question was how this letter ended up in Whoopi Goldberg's home. Given the wax seal and the letter's contents, the FBI speculated it might be linked to a many-year-old, undisclosed case. Internal sources hinted that the case involved one of Hollywood's most infamous scandals, a disappearance shrouded in secrecy and protected by those in power. The bigger mystery remained. Was Whoopi Goldberg aware of this hidden room and its contents? Did she deliberately possess these documents? Or were they in her home by sheer accident? The FBI understood they had to proceed cautiously and avoid making hasty conclusions. These papers could hold critical evidence for a long-buried case or unveil a truth that many had worked tirelessly to conceal. One thing was clear: the investigation was far from over. The news of the FBI's raid on Goldberg's mansion spread rapidly, capturing the attention of major newspapers, television networks, and social media platforms. Sensational headlines flooded every corner of the media landscape, with analysts dissecting every available detail. Meanwhile, the FBI was meticulously piecing together clues from the documents discovered in the secret room. What they uncovered seemed to point toward an astonishing possibility: could Whoopi Goldberg be connected to a shocking event in Hollywood's history? Upon examining the sealed documents, agents discovered they were far more than personal records. Among the papers were letters exchanged between Goldberg and prominent figures in the entertainment world, including directors, producers, and executives from Hollywood's most influential companies. One particular name stood out among the correspondences: Howard L. Emerson. While unfamiliar to the general public, Emerson's name was a significant lead in investigative circles, offering a potentially pivotal breakthrough in the unfolding mystery. Emerson was a prominent and influential film producer from the 1970s through the 1990s. However, he abruptly left the entertainment industry and vanished from Hollywood under mysterious circumstances. His final public appearance occurred in 1994, shortly before a major financial scandal erupted involving one of the leading studios of that era. Rumors suggested that Emerson had fled the United States and severed all ties with Hollywood. But why would Whoopi Goldberg exchange letters with someone like him? One particular document that drew the attention of the FBI was a handwritten letter from Whoopi Goldberg, dated 1993. The letter contained an unsettling line: "I know what happened that night. If the truth comes out, we're all in trouble." What night was she referring to? What event had transpired that could make someone like Whoopi feel compelled to write such ominous words? A second letter, sent a few months later, appeared to offer reassurance: they won't find anything. Just stay quiet. These letters hinted at a potential conspiracy, though the FBI had yet to uncover their full context. As agents sifted through additional materials, one discovery brought new intrigue: a worn VHS tape labeled "Do Not Watch, Private." The agents promptly sent the tape to the lab for analysis. Its age condition suggested that, if it contained anything significant, the secrets within had been hidden for many years. As the FBI delved deeper into their investigation, they uncovered that Whoopi Goldberg had maintained close ties with a select group of influential figures in the film industry during the late 1980s and early 1990s. Among these individuals were names linked to rumors of a major scandal, one that had been either suppressed or forgotten by the media over the years. In 1991, a young actor mysteriously vanished from Hollywood after accusing a prominent figure of misconduct. The case was swiftly silenced, and the accuser's identity remained undisclosed. Now, the FBI was probing critical questions. Was Whoopi Goldberg aware of this incident? Could she have been involved, whether knowingly or unknowingly? Most crucially, could the documents found in her home be the key to reopening this long-buried case? As word of the documents discovered in her mansion spread, public concern grew. Lifelong fans of Whoopi Goldberg were left bewildered by these emerging theories. Some speculated that she might have unwittingly been connected to an event she couldn't have anticipated. Others suggested she could be concealing a significant secret, and that the FBI's search was just the beginning of unraveling the truth. The FBI now faced an overwhelming trove of documents that had the potential to reshape public perception of Whoopi Goldberg. The contents of the secret room could represent just the beginning of a much larger discovery, What was recorded on that VHS tape? Were the letters truly tied to a major scandal of the past? And if the truth came to light, what would it mean for Whoopi Goldberg's career and legacy? One thing was clear: the investigation was far from over, and whatever the FBI uncovered next had the power to alter everything. When FBI agents continued to investigate Whoopi Goldberg's mansion, they were stunned by its magnificence. Nestled in a serene neighborhood, the estate exudes a sense of grandeur that is both inviting and awe-inspiring. The sprawling property, surrounded by lush gardens and towering trees, offers a perfect blend of privacy and elegance. As the agents approached the entrance, they were immediately struck by the impressive facade, featuring a combination of classic and modern architectural elements that reflect Goldberg's unique personality and artistic flair. Stepping further inside, the agents were overwhelmed by the beauty and perfection of this house. They had to exclaim that in their entire lives they had never witnessed such beautiful and expensive amenities. The grand foyer greeted them with high ceilings, adorned with intricate chandeliers, casting a warm glow on the polished marble floors. The open concept layout led them into a spacious living room, where plush sofas and designer furnishings created an atmosphere of comfort and luxury. The agents noted the stunning artwork adorning the walls, each piece carefully selected to reflect Goldberg's eclectic taste and passion for the arts. The mansion boasts a state-of-the-art kitchen that would impress any culinary enthusiast. With top-of-the-line appliances, expansive granite countertops, and custom cabinetry, it is a chef's dream. The agents couldn't help but admire the kitchen's design, commenting on how it seamlessly blends functionality with style. Adjacent to the kitchen is a formal dining room, featuring a grand table that can accommodate large gatherings, perfect for entertaining guests. The agents speculated on the lavish dinner parties that must have taken place in this exquisite space, filled with laughter and conversation. As they explored further, the agents discovered the luxurious master suite, a true sanctuary within the home. The spacious bedroom featured a king-sized bed draped in sumptuous linens, and the adjoining bathroom was nothing short of a spa retreat, complete with a soaking tub and a rain shower. The agents marveled at the attention to detail, from the elegant fixtures to the soothing color palette that created a tranquil ambiance. "This is more than just a home, it's a personal oasis," one FBI agent remarked, clearly impressed by the serenity of the space. Anyway, the FBI's raid on Whoopi Goldberg's mansion sent shockwaves through Hollywood and ignited a whirlwind of speculation in the media. Questions swirled. What could she be hiding? Were the confiscated documents tied to some explosive revelation? And why had the FBI acted with such urgency? The public was left guessing for days. But then, amidst the frenzy, Whoopi Goldberg finally broke her silence, and her revelations left everyone stunned. During an exclusive appearance on one of the nation's most watched television programs, Whoopi appeared composed yet resolute. When the host broached the topic of the raid, she took a deep breath, locked eyes with the camera, and quipped, "I woke up one morning with the FBI in my living room." If you think that's an interesting way to start your day, you're very wrong. From the outset, Whoopi made it clear she wasn't about to shy away from the controversy. When pressed about the enigmatic documents seized during the raid, she chuckled and remarked, "They spotted some old letters, a few movie scripts, and a stack of history books. Honestly, I should have warned them I'm a bit of a collector." She went on to assure everyone that the documents stored in the secret room were harmless, describing them as nothing more than a personal archive, a nostalgic trove from her illustrious career spanning decades. However, what caught the public off guard the most was an entirely unexpected revelation. The secret room wasn't a vault of shocking mysteries, it was, in fact, a personal museum. She clarified, "I've always been captivated by Hollywood's history, especially the parts people tend to overlook. That room was just my private collection of things I found intriguing over the years." She went on to reveal that the letters exchanged with Howard L. Emerson, the individual under FBI investigation, were merely discussions about unproduced film projects. "We talked about movies that never came to fruition, stories that were too ahead of their time. That's it. No conspiracy, no crime, just two people passionate about cinema." The interview didn't end with just an explanation of the seized documents. When asked if she believed the raid was part of a larger plot against her, Whoopi paused thoughtfully before responding with a cryptic smile. "Let's just say Hollywood is full of surprises. Some people don't take kindly to too many questions being asked." This remark instantly sparked a wave of new theories. Who orchestrated the investigation? Was someone intentionally trying to tarnish Whoopi Goldberg's reputation? Industry insiders soon began leaking details, claiming the FBI acted on an anonymous tip that led to the investigation on Whoopi's residence. But who was behind the tip, and what was their motive in dragging Whoopi into such a controversy? As soon as the interviews broadcast, public opinion became sharply divided. Some people firmly believed that Whoopi was entirely innocent, viewing her as a victim of either a misunderstanding or possibly a political scheme. Yet many others remained skeptical. Why would the FBI storm her mansion if the situation was so straightforward? And, more intriguingly, was there something Whoopi Goldberg had yet to disclose? On the other hand, even though her explanation seemed convincing, too many questions lingered unanswered. The VHS tape discovered by the FBI in the hidden room had not been made public. Was it merely an old recording, or did it hold something that could potentially alter everything? The truth remained elusive, leaving open the possibility that this incident was just the tip of a much larger mystery. In the aftermath of the incident in Whoopi Goldberg's mansion, intense reactions from studios, colleagues and fans sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Whoopi Goldberg, a Hollywood icon and celebrated cinematic figure, now found herself at the center of an unparalleled controversy. Could she emerge unscathed, or would this ordeal leave a permanent stain on her illustrious career? Less than a week after the raid, major studios began taking swift and decisive actions. A film project involving Whoopi Goldberg that was in the works was suddenly placed on indefinite hold. A Hollywood insider remarked, "Studios are being very careful. Nobody wants to be associated with controversy right now." Additionally, a documentary on Hollywood history that Goldberg was producing lost its financial backing due to concerns about the project's feasibility. Even The View, the talk show where Goldberg served as a co-host, faced challenges as some sponsors began withdrawing their support. Hollywood operates on pragmatism. When you're successful, everyone rallies behind you, but when scandal strikes, support quickly disappears. Whoopi Goldberg's situation soon turned into a media frenzy, and the entertainment industry couldn't turn a blind eye. While some defended her, claiming the FBI's raid lacked justification, many were hesitant to take a public stance. Industry figures largely exercised caution, avoiding any mention of her in interviews. Even former colleagues discreetly erased past social media posts referencing her, unwilling to jeopardize their own standing. As Hollywood grappled with the fallout, public opinion was deeply polarized. Some fans viewed Goldberg as a victim of a conspiracy, arguing the FBI acted without solid evidence. Others felt uneasy, troubled by the unanswered questions, the secrecy surrounding the seized materials, and the FBI's lack of transparency. With public sentiment divided, Whoopi Goldberg's future became increasingly precarious. As Hollywood buzzed with speculation, the FBI maintained an unbroken silence. No official statements were issued, no fresh details surfaced, and no updates emerged regarding the investigation. This lack of communication only deepened the intrigue. Was the FBI preparing a significant announcement, or had they realized they were pursuing the wrong path and were now searching for a discreet way to backtrack? A media analyst commented, "Silence can sometimes be more perilous than words. If the FBI doesn't provide clarity soon, people will start drawing their own conclusions." And indeed, in the absence of answers, the most outrageous theories began to circulate. Some tabloids even claimed that a secretive faction within the entertainment industry was conspiring to undermine Whoopi Goldberg. Regardless of the truth behind these speculations, one thing was undeniable: Whoopi Goldberg's reputation was under serious threat. The pressing question now was whether Whoopi Goldberg could recover from this ordeal. Hollywood has witnessed countless stars fall from grace after major controversies, but it has also seen many rise again, overcoming adversity to reclaim their place in the spotlight. Whoopi Goldberg, a resilient woman, a gifted actress, and one of the entertainment industry's most influential figures, faces a formidable challenge. But will her strength and talent be enough to weather this storm? Only time will reveal the answer. What is certain, however, is that this tale is far from over. That's the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, all profiles, so you never miss an update. Your engagement means the world to us, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.